All right, United Rogue. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Hope you all are having a great evening. We're about to kick off some FL action. We're gonna keep this intro short, far because Ottawa and Cleveland are about to take each other on.
Oh yeah, they had a bit of a technical issue. JMH unfortunately having some controller problems, but we got it resolved, and it's going to be quite the series to watch. As Cleveland currently sitting 2-1, first game of the week for them. Meanwhile, Ottawa Savage have already played their game of this week against Montreal and took that in a 3-0, looking to push their record a little bit further, try and take that 4-1, push them as far as humanly possible into that Fettuccine League rankings.
So you mentioned technical issues a couple of moments ago. We're gonna talk about that a little bit as we get into game number one. JMH 187 of Ottawa is currently not playing on a controller as per his norm. He's playing on KBM. You heard that correctly. The highest scoring player of Ottawa is currently on KBM. What do you think that means for Ottawa here tonight, Far?
It entirely depends on how experienced he is on KBM to begin with, because some players they'll play on controller but also play on KBM, kind of do a mix. But some players like myself have never played a game on KBM in their life, so that can go very one way or the other. But it looks like we're holding fairly well so far, as already an offensive push coming from Cleveland there. That one's going to get pushed away. JMH with no boost, going to get a pass over to Redemption, not going to take advantage of the pass. That one's going to fall into the corner. Looks like the first couple stands here have gone unscored.
Oh, and the pass as Redemption King almost finds it just off the woodwork. A great look from Ottawa Savage to start off game number one. You can see why this team has the higher record, and even with a player, I don't want to say a player down, maybe like half a player down. It's hard to describe exactly, but you're going to see these other two players in Allen and Redemption King really looking to step up tonight, and we already saw a little bit of that with that pass far.
And it seems that Cleveland has really found themselves under a lot of offensive pressure here, especially running low on boosts, as Lepo running pretty much zero for a good solid 30 seconds there, but McNair getting a big clear. Fenrir getting a demo. Going to mount some more pressure in favor of Cleveland. Lepo up off the wall. Allen's going to take advantage quickly. Going to try and keep this one going. Gets a shot on target. Sneaks it past Fenrir. And Allen with the first goal of the series going to put Ottawa on top.
Yeah, Allen threading the needle here in the midfield. Fenrir looked to fake the challenge as it seems, but didn't quite find the room to get back to it. And as such, a first goal for Ottawa, who are undeniably the underdogs tonight. Cleveland, I think some really reputable names on here. Lepo, Fenrir, McNair, players who've been around for a very long time. Tons of experience in their belt. So we'll see if they can make this one goal come back now far.
Absolutely, and already getting a look there is Ottawa trying to get a second goal, stretch out that insurance as much as possible. Fenrir, 50 in the corner, that's going to fall back to the midfield line. Allen trying to get an extra touch, doesn't find it. JMH going to have to pick it up at the midfield. Allen likes to pop this, try and find somebody to pass it to, but nobody there to take advantage. Fenrir with a big clear, gets past Redemption King. They're going to have to get this one out quick if they want to keep the scoreline in their favor, and they're able to regardless. Another great look for Cleveland, sorry, but unfortunately just cannot get it past that goal line.
Oh, well, JMH, I think, in an attempt to redirect it. There was a player back, so I won't scoff at that just yet, but Cleveland Cards are going to find themselves with a little bit of a lucky break on the defense now as they try to take control inside the corner. Lepo not quite got the boost to take as much advantage of it as he would like, so that's going to go the highway. Fenrir next up to the batting plate. He's got a full tank of boost. This is dangerous for Ottawa right now, Far.
And again, just safely cleared away, as a lot of these offensive pushes for both sides have really just fallen all the way to the goal box, but just haven't had that little extra push to get it all the way into the goal, as we still are sitting at 1-0, just over 2 minutes left. It's a bit of physicality there going in the midfield. JMH's going to pick this one up at the midfield line. Lepo's going to be there to immediately challenge that one, send it right back to Ottawa territory. And now Fenrir up off the wall, pass over to Lepo. Lepo trying to make the reach, can't make it, but it makes the Ottawa defense incredibly awkward, and Fenrir credited with the goal. That's going to tie the game up.
Yeah, Ottawa in a world of pain here on the goal line, as they couldn't quite tell if Lepo was going to put a hand on it. Both Allen and JMH low boost. I mean, JMH off the backboard couldn't quite get to it in time, and that's going to be the nicest one goal equalizer that Cleveland Cards are going to see all night, as it sails from the touch of Fenrir inside the corner. Speak of the devil, he's going to look at it once again inside the corner. He's been dangerous, especially when he's had a teammate infield, and so we're going to be looking at Fenrir to find especially McNair over the course of the next couple of games far.
And McNair getting a cheeky shot on. Redemption King at the goal line save is able to get it clear, but not out of the woods. Yes, that one finally cleared again by Redemption King. Now Allen trying to pass it upfield. No one there to get the redirect early. McNair's going to be credited with the save as now Redemption trying to get some pressure on McNair. McNair is able to get the clear out regardless. That one's going to fly all the way to the Cleveland backboard. Fenrir trying to get some extra touches. Able to get a 50, but it falls more in the favor of Ottawa as that one snuck in front of the net. It's going to put the Cleveland defense in a bit of a scramble here.
They are scrambling for sure, and Fenrir is literally the only one who's got any boost to work with. Lepo was able to grab that midfield, but he's still temporarily out at the play. And there's another shot as JMH, no, can't quite find him. He's got the follow-up, and once again, it is wide. Ottawa are going to want that one back for sure.
Without a doubt, and still having a tied game as McNair is going to have a good look at this one
Oh,
for a
no
double tap.
chance.
Find the hit, but it just goes a little wide, bouncing off the post there. That one's going to fall into the Ottawa corner. Just over 30 seconds left. Both teams are looking at an overtime if they cannot get a goal in quick. Allen pushing upfield, trying to get something of 50 on Fenrir. That one's going to fall over to Lepo. Now Cleveland just trying to bolster that defense, not let any more dangerous situations happen like it did earlier.
And now time ticking down here inside regulation. It does seem like Cleveland is leading the charge as far as offense goes. Now Redemption King over to JMH, and that's a floater on target. It does force out a double commit, which might open the door for the Ottawa Savage in the dying seconds out towards the backboard, but no, turned away, and that means overtime.
Very back and forth, despite Ottawa having a player, I don't want to say disadvantage, but that one already getting very close. It's still a very close game between these two teams so far, as now Redemption King trying to get a quick shot on target. Is going to find the angle. It finds its way in. A phenomenal play from Redemption King to give Ottawa game one.
Good gravy, Redemption King off the backboard. I mean, you can't ask for better than that. I think there was a little bit of assistance now that I've watched the replay, which didn't quite catch that the first time around, but I'm sure Ottawa are not complaining for.
He still got the touch. The last touch that was on the ball before it went in was from him. So I think it still counts for him. But Ottawa kind of pulling an upset here, as despite having a player not on their preferred control scheme, still able to come away with the win, but not by much. That game was incredibly close almost the entire time, blow for blow. It's going to be really hard to tell which team is going to be able to come away with the series.
Yeah, honestly, would not be surprised to see Cleveland make a shot at redemption, as we saw in game number one, about as close as possible. A handful of shots from McNair, and it's a shame that didn't quite find the back of the net on any of them. But you can still see the vision, especially Fenrir and McNair, whenever they are able to connect in the midfield. They're able to buy so much space inside the Ottawa half. I think it's only a matter of time before they're able to put that into reality and start finding even more goals in game number two far.
Definitely. And just looking at stats again, it's really, really close. Ottawa with 5 saves, and Cleveland having 4 to themselves. Almost all stats there were exactly even. Again, it just shows that it's just a testament to the fact that these teams are really, really close together, and it's just a toss-up at this point. Who's going to make that little mistake to give the opposing team that winning goal?
Right then, game number 2, and Ottawa is going to be looking to keep it going after that game number 1 win, I should say. Now it's going to be Allen here inside the right-hand wall to start us off. Cleveland, though, getting a little bit more confident inside the corner. Fenrir, especially, name I mentioned back in game number 1, really dangerous inside the corner, this player, and so we'll see if he can come up with something in game number 2 far.
Now, Ottawa, a bit of a scramble there on offense. Couldn't quite find the pressure they were looking for. JMH with a solid touch there is going to get a little more pressure going in favor of Ottawa. Redemption with a clear up field is going to get sent right back. Mandair almost having a cheeky shot there, but gets stopped away early by the Ottawa defense. Allen now trying to beat Lepo, but that one's going to fall again back to the midfield line. It's a race to the ball. Lepo back past to Fenrir, but a little bit too much sauce on is going to give Ottawa an opportunity, but a big pinch is going to send it all the way to the other side and give Cleveland a very much needed grace period.
Oh, and McNair had the slight opening to take that one home, but turned away quickly by the Ottawa Savage. And now, once again, Cleveland floundering a little on defense as they use their flips inside the corner to try to get that one out of dodge. Allen's going to be able to get this over to JMH, but there's no touch in the midfield for the time being. might open the door for Cleveland once again. It's going to be Lepo with a deep challenge into the corner, potentially looking for the rotate in from McNair, but didn't quite find it. And it's really dicey in the midfield right now, end-to-end stuff right now, Far.
Ooh, and Ottawa, another great opportunity there, just a little bit wide. It feels like Ottawa have definitely pushed a lot harder on offense here as Allen passing over to JMH, trying to play it with no boost. McNair getting the team bump on Lepo there. That's going to cause a little bit of havoc. It's an open net almost, but Fenrir is able to reach across and get it clear. And now Cleveland pushing down to the Ottawa territory as that one safely in the corner. Lepo getting a demo on JMH, but not before clearing it all the way to the red backboard. Allen having some presence on this one, but again, falling just a little bit short. JMH with the backflip. It's going to be an opportunity, but that one's going to fall short as well. Again, these teams are so unbelievably close when it comes to gameplay, game style, rotations, passes, boost consumption, everything. It feels like we're watching two of the same team play against each other here.
Definitely is a mirror match, and you also got to commend both Allen and Redemption King for stepping up, especially on the defense. Saw the backflip a little bit earlier. Oh no, Redemption this time around. He's the one backflipping on the goal line, and it's going to be Cleveland who finds the first.
Inverse of game one, great presence there from McNair to get the 50, and that one's just going to fall right on in. And Cleveland definitely need that one. They're going to try and run with this as fast as possible, but just under half a game to go, it's a bit of a tall order, especially against a team like this.
Oh, and that's gonna sink home once again. McNair shot far down. You really can't ask for better than that off the kickoff.
Making me eat my own words there. That was cast a curse in textbook fashion there, but now Cleveland have that insurance goal. They have some room to work with now. They may want to try and just park the bus as they get another opportunity here. That one's going to fall a little close, but Redemption King's able to make the save. Ottawa got to get something going if they want to stay in this game here. That one's going to bounce up off the corner. It's going to be a small opportunity for Ottawa, but that one's going to be quickly cleared away. Allen at the midfield with no challenges is going to have a lot of room. Flicks it past one, tries to get the clang for the second, but unfortunately that one's going to fall away.
And now McNair looking to play with his food a little bit. Does find a big 15 that might get over to Lepo, but a demo takes him out of the equation. A little bit of a double commit means that Cards are in a tough spot, but they do manage to find some semblance of a counterattack nevertheless. That is mostly thanks to Fenrir, who's been running amok looking for these demos, especially on the near post. And now Fenrir once again shot just wide, but I think with this 2-goal lead, 90 seconds on the clock, they're looking pretty safe and comfortable after that game number 1 loss.
Cleveland currently have 8 shots to Ottawa's 2. It's definitely showing who has been much more on offense during this game, but again, only 2 goals to show for it. They may have a lot of offensive pressure, but they are still falling a little short of that goal ratio that they're hoping for. But now that one going to be passed out to hopefully an Ottawa attacker, but fortunately JMH not enough boost to make it there. Allen trying to get a center out. Fenrir is going to be the one to clear this away. Now a pinch still in Cleveland territory. Another 50 is going to send it over to JMH. JMH looking for a pass out to mid. Going to get a little bit wide. Allen electing to stay. That one's going to fall on target. Allen with the goal. Over 45 seconds left. They have an opportunity here to tie the game up at least.
Well, yeah, that's going to be a great shot for Allen. Noticed the mistouch inside the corner from Fenrir and was able to take advantage. Not an easy shot to sink, by the way. From the corner, and finding enough speed to sneak it past the defense, much easier said than done in that situation. But still, a mountain to climb here with a 1-goal deficit and only a couple seconds left to do it. Redemption King saw the double tap in game number 1, and he's not going to be able to replicate that this time around, but is still able to find some big work inside the corner. JMH, it's going to sink it home. Another tight angle shot, another goal.
16 seconds it took for this game to fall back to a tie game, I guess. A great angle again from pretty much the same corner, just a little bit tighter. 30 seconds to go. I feel like there's just going to be a last-second goal for one of these teams here.
And honestly, would not be too surprised to see if it's Ottawa scoring that last-second goal. All the momentum right now, and Redemption King does find a whole lot of room to play with from the corner. Fenrir without any boost. Might I mention that is an ego challenge of all ego challenges, and that might find Cleveland Cards a last-second opportunity with 10 seconds left.
falling in front of the Cleveland net. It's going to be a shot on
you're
target.
kidding.
A phenomenal play from Ottawa to get the lead. Just over 5 seconds left. Cleveland, they've got to get it right off kickoff. Otherwise, this game that they had held for so long is going to end up falling against them.
3 goals in literally a minute. That is ridiculous from Ottawa Savage. And now Allen's going to have his shot to close it out. I mean, that's highway robbery, Far. They had a 2-goal lead for 80% of the game.
It took them 41 seconds to go from 0-2 to 3-2. I have no words. That is
Yikes.
such a quick turnaround. It makes you question, was it just phenomenal play from Ottawa as they had those 2 goals to tie it up, really great angles coming from the corner, and even a really good passing play towards the end there. But Cleveland, I feel like, were a little bit too stretched thin on defense. It caused them to get scored on that many times.
Yeah, a bit odd that they weren't able to find some of the blocks inside the corner, which is usually regarded as one of the safest places you could have the ball be. But I think that second shot from the corner kind of gave you the tail. Once they saw the first shot from the corner, started playing a little bit more closer to the goal line, hoping to keep their 1-goal lead intact. Once it did not stay intact, you could kind of tell that Cleveland fell apart on the defense, allowed the pass for that 3rd goal. But still, you got to give the flowers to Ottawa here. I mean, the fact that JMH is playing on KVM and he's still putting up 3 saves, 2 shots, and a goal to his name, that's something else. Like, imagine this team at full force.
It's a scary thought. And again, just JMH. Oh, I can't have my regular control scheme. Who cares? I can still get 600 points in a single game. That is a wild thought to have. But as game 3 winds down here, now it's got to be Ottawa trying to close it out, but Cleveland trying to stay alive in the series. They have to complete a reverse sweep now in order to get the win.
And that's going to be easier said than done. I mean, clearly JMH is finding himself on the goal line more often than not. He's been able to sink a couple of shots on target. Putting Cleveland Cards in the tough spots again and again means that they have been stuck trying to break out of their half. And now it's going to be Lepo potentially looking for McNair on the follow-up, but McNair doesn't have the boost to get there. A big 50, and Fenrir is on the turnaround. This is going to be a tight angle to make. It's turned away by JMH.
Ooh, that was a very dangerous shot coming from Cleveland. McNair just trying to play possession here. Pass over to Fenrir, gets it past one, but Redemption King is there and ready. Now Lepo, pass over to Fenrir, a little too awkward to make the shot. It's going to be a big clear coming away from JMH. Now Ottawa making a push onto Cleveland territory. McNair with some speed is able to get it past one, but Redemption King is able to pop it over. Allen with the 50 on Lepo is going to send it over to JMH. It goes for a fake. Now that one's sitting against a Cleveland defense with very little boost to work with, and it's still just battering the back of the net over and over. But as I say it falls just barely. Redemption King able to redeem the shot and get it saved away.
Yeah, crazy save by Redemption there. I mean, made it back with literally no time left to spare. That's going to keep this game equal. We've seen equal games from this series more often than not, to be honest. I mean, it took us a long time back in game number 1 to break past that 1-1 goal kind of thing. And now the Cleveland Cards here are looking to score first because they need a little bit of redemption after that game number 2 loss. The fact that they haven't scored yet means that Ottawa are going to continue building up some more confidence, but over towards the goal line, Fenrir, he's not going to find it this time around as Lepo dives deep, but doesn't come away with it.
It was right there. It was right in front of the net. That was the most unfortunate just streak of circumstances there for Cleveland. They had such a great opportunity, but can't get away with it. Redemption King, again, with the quick save, getting a savior medal. It seems that Ottawa has pretty much woken up to full force here, despite having JMH on KVM.
And that is a dangerous sight as JMH potentially looking for Allen. Oh, Lepo, side of wall. Well, he's feeling confident. You gotta respect that, especially if you're the Ottawa Savage. But still, they've yet to find a goal here in game number 3, and you gotta start wondering, are they running dry? That is a ridiculous save by JMH. That ball was like 75% inside the net. Now the ball loose, and McNair really wants to find that one on target. He's gonna want that one back once again, Far.
Fenrir pass out to
Oh, that's just
Lepo. That one's going to go up and up again. And now it looks like we have the inverse. A great opportunity for Ottawa goes unredeemed, as now that one is going to keep the game at 0-0. Cleveland trying to get something going, trying to finally put one in the back of the net, but Redemption King with a big clear is going to remove all the pressure there. Lepo picking up that corner, has a full tank of boost, gets it clear out. It's going to be dangerous there. McNair's able to get a touch under the Ottawa attacker now. Allen has control, runs out of boost, has one more touch just to try and get it past any attackers that could be going for it. Now Ottawa making another push downfield, but Cleveland making an early stop.
Oh, and there's a pass as JMH trying to find that one target. Allen last back. He's going to be the world of pain right now with Lepo threatening the bump. But Allen does manage to make do for the time, and he buys his team a whole lot of space inside the offensive line. With this challenge, now Redemption up quick. No one else there to challenge him. Opens the roll for JMH, and that shot just off the woodwork. But you can tell Cleveland Card is starting to get a little bit starved on boost here. Not finding a whole lot of space inside their half, and it's almost like Ottawa Savage, as they continue to knock on the door, it's feeling like they're going to slam it down real quick.
It's only a matter of time, as now Cleveland have had the space to get full tanks of boost again, but it's only a matter of time before Ottawa starts to starve it once again. Allen with a touch off the corner. Lepo's going to be there to center it. Fenrir with the shot, but JMH, a safe save, if you will. Allen up off the corner, just trying to play control. Just under 30 seconds left now. We're still at a 0-0 score line now, as Allen, no boost here, but is going to try and play this as far as possible. That one's going to bounce center to race to the ball. Lepo's able to get there first, but Allen's able to get an extra touch. It's a bit of a scramble here from the Cleveland defense. It's still sitting in front of their net, but Lepo able to get it cleared away. A very big scare there for Cleveland, but they're able to get away with it unscathed.
Yeah, I audibly gasped when McNair made that mistouch. Oh, there's the last second shot, and no, it's bounced. It's bounced at the tail end of regulation. Cleveland Cards catch a lucky break at the time they needed it the most.
That likely would have been a goal too, as the last man back very likely would not have been able to recover fast enough to save the shot, but it matters not, as now overtime has begun. The next goal will determine game 3. Ottawa looking to send this series away in their favor, as Cleveland trying to stay alive in the series. Now JMH picking it up. Fenrir playing some physicality there. JMH has an extra touch. Gonna 50 it with McNair. That one's gonna fall into the Cleveland corner. It's gonna be sent out to mid. Allen getting the demo on Fenrir. Redemption looking for a shot. It fell on target, but just a little bit too high. Cleveland got to get off their back half. Otherwise, they're going to get crushed just as they did in the previous games.
Oh, and still, Redemption King is going to be able to pick up the pieces here. There's a great challenge by Lepo. Unfortunately, Allen is last back. He's got a full tank of boost to work to keep that one out of dodge. Now, JMH once again hands off to Redemption King. It's kind of been a recurring theme here where, whether intentional or not, JMH does manage to fake it for his two teammates to get a hand on it. And so often, Ottawa have been able to make opportunities based on that fact. Now it's going to be Redemption King inside the corner. He's been absolutely clinical with some of these challenges. Gotta imagine the shots, no, turned away by Fenrir. But Ottawa this close to locking it home, and Redemption King is going to lock away the sweep part.
That play right there, Allen, just constant pressure, hit after shot after hit after backboard touch, just draining Cleveland of every ounce of boost they could possibly have. Ottawa, despite having a bit of a perturbance there with having JMH on KVM instead of controller like they would prefer, still coming away with the sweep. All games were one goal apart for every single one, but regardless, Ottawa is still able to prove that in every single game they push just that little bit harder. That little bit of extra power is what got them to the win here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they found the sweep. Like, that game were too far. The 2-goal lead, man, and they couldn't hold it for 40 seconds. Like, that's going to be a disappointing one for sure for the Cleveland Cards. That means Ottawa is going to move up to a 4-1 record. They are looking like the team to be right now in Fettuccine.
Without a doubt. But we got a couple more series here for you guys tonight, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break.